Hi everyone, this is Chris Brazel. Welcome back to my world. Today I'm with Duncan Armstrong, Olympic gold medalist. Welcome.
There's a very nice gold colour you've got there too, Chris.
Mate, I thought I had to wear gold to match gold, even like I put the watch on which had gold.
Very nice.
Very nice. You've got white, so
Yep.
it's like a boiled egg,
It
isn't
is.
it?
It is. You're the yolk.
yeah, I'm important ingredients. All right, everyone, you know, this is an interview with one of the most amazing people I got to work with. Now, the story is Duncan was following behind the scenes with his sister, which is pretty awesome. He'd asked his sister, what's Chris Brazel got to say today? And she'd tell him, what are the colours for the week? Oh, okay. What's the energy? And then finally, I saw you on TV, and it was about the time you had that heart problem, and I rang his sister up and I said, he had it on exactly the right day to his algorithm, to where he should be, to that's the problem he's got. I'm not sure someone who's just in hospital having a heart problem wants to know it's in alignment with them, but that put the energy out, and then you got in touch with me. So then we started working. So what made you finally make that call to Chris Brazel? It's not that bad, is it?
No, it hasn't, and it's turned out to be great. So my sister basically exploded with Chris's theories around numbers, colours, energy, cycles. So the MBE work, and my sister's house exploded in colour, photographs, animals, and things like that. And my sister Philippa has got so much benefit out of it. So we're very close. Her husband Glenn and I, really good mates. And so I did get the message that she said I had my heart attack right on time.
When a heart attack's got to come, it's got to be on the right time.
So my numbers kind of lined up with the energy and my age, and it's not what I wanted to hear at the time, let me tell you. It was catastrophic for me, for my ego and my plans and things like that. I didn't know I was ill at the time, so I wasn't monitoring my heart well enough. We have some family history that I was ignoring. So since then, 5 years, it's been a bit of a journey, and I've been open to a lot more interesting ideas, and one of them has been through Philippa and now on to Chris. And Chris and I have been able to work together for the last 12 months to sort of make me aware of flow, colour, numbers, and doing exercise to make sure my brain code, or the MBE code, seems to be a lot more manageable. And what it's done for me, a very goal orientated and neurotic ex-athlete, is it's made me more intentional.
Yeah, you know what it is. So let's go back. So when we say MBE code, it's a combination of your mind, your body, and your environment. And there's a coding system which I've developed, and it will go into your brain, into your mind, how you think, but then it combines. So you've got to get sometimes out of your mind, and people can't get out, so they need action steps. If you talk about something, you talk, and it stays, and then you get more fearful, panic, and goodness knows why. Whereas when you can see something physically in front of you, like your bedroom, your office, or you physically start to make a conscious choice about the colours you wear, or even how you sign your name. But the most important thing is, like the time I rang and said he had a heart attack at the right time, everything about that, was the algorithms and the MBE codes. So I've developed this amazing coding system which you just code, and people can't argue with me, because it's like, did you have that heart attack on that day, at that place, at that time? And it's like, yes. Because believe it or not, it's all just an algorithm. And we're going to go back, and this is where I think I really blew you out of the water when I started doing your numbers in when you won the gold, where you won it. So the first one you won was, you tell me a bit about that, because that's when you were 25 metres behind, which you run in a 7 brain code, and then you won by 7 metres, and it was a 400 metre swim.
That's right. So 400 metres freestyle was my first international competition. It's at the Commonwealth Games in 1986 in Edinburgh, Scotland, and I was on day 1 of competition, and it was a very strange race. One of the competitors in the race, Kevin Boyd from England, really took off, and he was 25 metres in front in an 8 lap race. That usually means he's going to win it. And unfortunately, he found a big, deep hole to swim in the last two laps of the race, and I was able to take over and win in front of him quite spectacularly. So it was a weird race, but it was my first big international competition, and I was 25 behind, and I won by about 7. So that really kind of lines up, as Chris is saying, to the MBE code. or for that particular time at the age of 18 on that day in that distance for Australia.
Absolutely. And then the second one, when you went to the 200 metre, was in Seoul. So Seoul matches your path code, which is absolutely perfect. The meters were exactly right again for you. And how did that feel when you did that one?
Yeah, it felt great. So the 200 metres freestyle was the ultimate race that I won in Seoul at the Olympic Games at the age of 20. And it was the 200 metres freestyle, so it's 4 laps this time. There was 3 world record holders in the race. I was well out of it. I was really a Neville nobody in ranking number 48 going into that race. And as you can hear the music, it was
they're still cheering for you,
It was
mate.
magical, magical and poetic. And so I was able to win that race, and it was definitely a flow state. I'd invested about 5 years of my life in swimming at that stage with my coach Laurie Lawrence, so it was a team effort. And both the 1986 race, the 400 freestyle, and the 1988 race, the 200 metres freestyle, were easily the 2 areas that I was in the most flow in my 10-year swimming career.
And the thing I said to Duncan was, you wouldn't be, I didn't mean it in that bad way, but no other stroke would be, that's a better way to put it, no other stroke would be of interest to you because his brain codes don't allow any other stroke. And this is where I think a lot of swimmers, I know with my grandson, they try to get him to do butterfly because it's good for him. It doesn't match him. He's a freestyler. He's nothing else but a freestyler, whereas my granddaughter is a backstroker. So when you do your codes, the MBE codes, you can tell straight away where you're actually going to excel at. I just regret going back to, well, I don't regret because I've made, inroads massively since leaving school. But when I was at school, they put me in no sporting ability. I'd be lucky to be picked for the sack race. And then I left and I met my ex. But I've competed in state, national, world championships in squash. I've squashed it in golf. I've walked 100K in 17 hours. So your ego needs to be built up with your mind and how you work. But with the coding system, you find a way to what you're great at. So you don't try and be something you're not. But all the time I was at school, I was made a bit lower and lower and lower. Self-esteem down, 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 down. Self-worth down, down, down. And the only thing I really did was got my first business diploma in accounting and finance and numbers by the time I left. So I believe it is so important. You were lucky you had a great coach and a great person to work with, and you believed in yourself and everyone else. But even the time and the age you started matched your codes as well.
Yeah, that's right. I've been very lucky to have found swimming. It was something the Armstrong family did since my early memories. So I had 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and we were all swam, and we'd go away to the weekend in central Queensland to all these mining towns like Blackwater and Marra and Billawheeler, and we'd camp at the pool and we'd swim all weekend, and it was really a flow state for me. And then when I became a professional athlete in swimming, we really started on the ball things. So we would start bouncing, getting our brains evened up, both left side, right side. Bouncing balls are very, very different from the laps and monotonous laps of swimming. But again, swimming is a bilateral sport, so you have to even up both strokes. You have to be able to breathe both sides, and you're trying to get that real balance between one side of your chest and the other, your arms and everything like that. You never want to get an imbalance in swimming. So it was really that training both sides of the body at the same time, and bouncing definitely did that. And then we did a lot of intentional psychological work or emotional work, where we would do long sessions of subconsciously imagining being at the pool, the smell, the sound, the pressure, your mindset, just always honing it in. So by the time I got to the deck, the swimming deck at the Olympic Games, I had imagined that race over 1 million times. It smelled familiar. The bunting with the Olympic rings was familiar. The crowd being South Korean was familiar. Everything about that I'd swum and done 1,000 times. So when it was getting down to the reality of it, I was very much in my subconscious while dealing with the reality and really having that mindset of what is my flow state, how am I in it, and not succumbing to the pressure, not flinching out of what you've rehearsed in your meditation sessions and in your intention sessions until it became a no-brainer.
A no-brainer. So let's just have a look, and then we'll come back in a minute with our second interview. So the reason swimming works for Duncan is because he has a 7 brain code. So a 7 brain code, the first code, if you've got a child out there or you're out there, water is one. Water or walking is one of the first things to get you connected to where you want to go. Then with his 4 energy, it means he needs stability, but then his other brain code says he needs movement. So it's like, I need stability, no, I need movement. I need stability, no, I need movement. And that's where I feel so much for young people or young children if they don't understand it. So when Duncan goes to the swimming pool, he's in what he needs naturally, which is water. He's got a movement forward, which gives him the stability of the water, and he's got a whole process that he can develop a pattern for. And so he's swimming or walking for 7, 4, 5 brain codes is perfect because they've got movement, inner stability, to a process, to a discipline that helps their 7 brain code go out of doubt, out of emotion, and just simply into winning.
I like it.
You like
I
that?
like that, yeah, because the pool offers me safety.
Safety as well.
It's
That's
50
the
metres
stability.
long. It's
Yeah.
been 50 metres long since the 1930s. No one's allowed in my lane. I'm not allowed in theirs. It gives me safety. I can
Yeah.
get on with doing what I want, but
Yeah.
I can race people in a safe environment, and I kind of know where they're going to be and what
Yeah.
they're going to do. And
Yeah.
then it's just down to who has the best ability.
Absolutely, and which means it's discipline, routines, and practice, and get on with the job. So this is us out, and I'll be back with our 2nd episode of our 3 series. So I hope you're enjoying it, and yeah, just get to know those MBE codes, and you'll be a winner at whatever you want to do. Be back shortly.